Yo YouTube, what's going on? This is Michelle. I'm gonna go behind the scenes today of how I was able to beat the final showdown with Scrotus. So we're gonna hit the resume, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I did here. Be perfectly honest, the race with the Big Chief wasn't that easy. It was actually pretty difficult. And to be perfectly honest, it was a little difficult. It was a pain in the ass. I upgraded the Thunder Poon all the way maxed out. Got all the zones out to almost, like, pretty much all the zones to 0. As you can tell by the screen, that I have a lot of scrap that's been collected. As you can see in front of me, a near completion of one of several of my war machines. This one is going to be the one that's actually depicted in the collections. Now, I'm going to give you a brief rundown on the map. Let me zoom out over here really quick. Everything here is all pretty much zeroed out. And to do all that, to find the landmines and camps, snipers, scarecrows, pretty much took me a long time to max out everything, to zero everything out. The same goes for the stuff in the garage. Believe it or not, I am inches away, or just about, getting ready to buy the final installment of the V8, which I already got down to the 0 mark into off of Pink Guy's territory. As you can tell, I have everything completed, the story modes. The race with the Big Chief, yes, that was a bit of a problem. This morning I actually got through it all. 4 hours ago, if you saw the full screen, this pretty much is what it came down to. But I didn't use this particular build. I used a different build, come out of my own design, which was primarily from this version here, which is the die roller, and I had the spikes on there, plus in the hood ornament, which also brought it out a little bit more. Brought it out for, of course the handling wasn't that good, having sand tires on here, the flamethrowers, which you can see on the underside where I'm showing. Of course, now the humongous V8, which is not the ultimate V8 yet, but it will be unlocked hopefully in the next video. Just trying, now at this point, just collect the scraps through the other stuff. Upon completion of the game, when you start doing the collectibles, which right now I'm at 53% of the history relics. My vehicle collection over here, if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, here's your default car, which is your black on black, originally from the earlier Mad Max, and which you unlock after completing the game. Like I said, it took a while. It took a very long while to actually complete this particular game, but interesting enough, I'm not doing another playthrough. I just kind of do free roaming now. So having the humongous V8, which is not the ultimate V8 yet, but I'm gonna have it, and I can switch this vehicle if I choose to. And the other thing is, if you look very closely, I do have the original Mad Max outfit that was used during the first Mad Max Road Warrior, and also through the Thunderdome. Now, in Fury Road, the outfit is a lot different, or I shouldn't say a lot different, but it's similar to the outfit that was part of the original Mad Max, but everybody knows that the Fury Road, Mad Max Fury Road, Mel Gibson didn't play the part because of a lot of issues that were going out with Mel Gibson. Me personally, I was always a big fan of the Mad Max series. Sadly, not the new one. I was brought up watching the commercial the commercial preview of the original Mad Max in its entirety, then the Road Warrior, then followed by Tina Turner, who actually ran Bartertown in the Thunderdome. Now, I'm going to show you something very interesting. In this particular setback, now, the funny thing is, the woman in the story mode of this game, she does live, which is spoiler alert, but she does live in the at the end of the story mode. Of course, you know, it looked like she died, but she really didn't. Now, for an example, if I take you to, let's see if I can find it, there's one that's called the Colossus, and I'm going to make a reference to something which actually is right here. Now, we're not going to, like, I mean, I could drive all the way to that point, but what I'm going to do is actually switch to my Thunderdome just in case, and we're going to go to that location. Now, as you can tell, I just blow up these guys with more points or more scrap, so I have a little bit more to put towards the ultimate humongous engine. And as you can tell, as I'm leaving here, I'm leaving Big Freya's territory, which took me quite some time to really get the name down, because at first I had no idea what I was like calling them. I call them Deep Freya, Big Freya, Freya, you know, some weird names that would just be right there. Completed all the missions. So as I'm driving along, I mean, of course, now what's interesting about the V8 setup, now if I go into a piece of land or something flat, or more like a piece of land straight, I can actually kick in the nitrous a little bit, just to show you exactly how awesome, like, I personally think I like the flames out of it. But now, of course, you know, doing that obviously was not very smart. But what I did promise I was actually going to do, to where I was going with the game, it actually took me quite some time to remember how to play it. I've actually played this on the Xbox One as well. This wasn't really my first rodeo with the game, and the reason why I decided to get it for PS4, it was excuse me, was actually the fact that I wanted to play it again because I was actually jonesing. I mean, I could have went and bought it on the Xbox One, but I figured do it on the PS4 as well. Platinum trophies, well, not anytime soon. But as you can tell, it's saving. And the reason why I'm driving all the way over here is to show you a quick reference of the host who used to play the Spin the Wheel in Thunderdome, who actually was the one that decided Max's fate. Now, you watch, if you end up watching the Beyond the Thunderdome, or Mad Max Thunderdome, you'll see what I'm talking about. Of course, being in, you know, like following the Mad Max series, the original, pretty much with Mel Gibson, my whole personal feelings were that back then he did a really good role of playing Mad Max. So as you know, as I'm driving around, looking around, just seeing what there is, kind of getting trying to show you an idea to what there is in this wasteland. Some of the stuff that you do, of course, you have to level up, which the one thing I like, and it's an open world, very open world. I mean, most people would tend to disagree about the game. Some people didn't think the game was fun. Some people thought the game was kind of like really bad, or whatever the case may be. But doing this kind of gameplay, let me just slow it down so I get these crows to come, or the buzzards, I should say. So I'm going to pretend like I'm moving very slow. Then I'm going to blow them up with the Thunder Plume, which is maxed out, Thunder Plume level 6. So, my personal thing is, a couple ways you can defeat Skink Gum. If you have the Thunder Plume fully upgraded to 6, you can wipe Skink Gum's his truck out within 4 or 5 hits, which is very easy to do versus trying to use a lower level Thunder Plume, which is really not a good thing. But of course, making the references now, what I'm doing, the more I keep going this way, Jeet's territory, got gashes and pink eye, all the way to Gastown. But Gastown, the funny thing is, Gastown was similar to Bartertown. If some of you who have actually watched the original Mad Max or haven't, there's a couple of references they do make in this game with, wait a minute, there's one, let's stop over here real quick, get these nice little people. So, I'm just gonna go up to them really quick, I'm gonna offer them some water, and usually I like to do this after I beat the game, because
have you water to spare?
I'm usually nice enough to give them water, to let them drink, which I've done before. It's not a big deal. But now they're set, and I put the magnum opus over here. So like I was saying, I'm gonna go back to the magnum opus. I'm gonna drive back, and I'm gonna show you that reference of what they did here in the game. There's a couple of them, but only one of them I only spotted from playing the game. First time around, I didn't really notice it. The very first time I played it, I didn't notice this reference. So we're coming up to it, which is not very far. I got the sand tires on. Everything's pretty much, the threat levels are down to 0. The landmines and everything else is pretty much done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going over here. Now we are now coming up to the Colossus, it looks like. So I'm gonna just show you real quick of the reference. Now, if you look, let me just take care of this. Okay, now let me step out of the car. And we'll use the binoculars. Actually, let's go to the front part of it. And I will show you a reference from the Thunderdome. I just gotta back out from here real quick. See if I can get a little bit more edgewise in the front here. Okay, here we go. We get up on this little peak right here, and I will show you what I mean. Now, if you look, let me get out of the car and I use the binoculars. Let's see if I remember which one is the binoculars.
I gotta get into that kid.
Now, if you look, what's left of the statue was actually, if you put the head on there with the statue, there would be the game host of the Thunderdome in the Mad Max movie, The Thunderdome. He was what they call the deal or the deal or no deal, and he would decide your fate, whether if you failed the Thunderdome, if you failed to kill the opponent. In Max's case, what had happened is this particular individual decided Max's fate, so they did what they call a gulag. Now, what that means, gulag means that they tied him to a horse, and they put it was like a mascot head on him, but they reversed it to where his eyes were facing the back of the mascot head inside, while the eye holes and everything else was facing towards the back of him. Now, that's only one I know of so far as like the reference to the Mad Max Thunderdome. Now we go to here. It's like I said, all this is all zeroed out between the minefield snipers and so on. Now the interesting part is, if I go to where Gastown and Deep Frya are, the faction to lower down the threat levels goes by really quick in this area. Everything else here being bigger takes a little longer, so you have to be patient if you plan on lowering down the threat levels to 0. Anyways, there's another reference here which comes from the Road Warrior. And if I go to the engine and I go to this particular motor, this setup right here, the Ultimate Big Chief V8, this was actually what was used from Lord Humongous from the Road Warrior, which is the second movie of the Mad Max trilogy. This one is from the original Mad Max and carried on through the Road Warrior until the actual V8 Interceptor was blown up by Lord Humongous's men, or I should say by Max himself, when they were trying to take the fuel tanks from the back of the V8 Interceptor. So watching a lot of these, watching the original Mad Max, and then saw a bit of a clip of the Fury Road. I thought about watching it, but the majority of what I've noticed is one of my friends told me about it. It was actually a mixed review of Fury Road. Some liked it, some of my friends liked it, some of my friends didn't. But what happens is in goes the dynamite, or I say boom goes the dynamite. Now we're just gonna like be a little bit nice and let these guys get blown up, so I can give everything I need to do. Oh, as a matter of fact, I actually need that gas tank. When you think about it. I pretty much have all the hood ornaments from all the other territories. So I'm just going to store the fuel can. Now we're going to go back to Pink Eye's territory, because there's some areas of the game they haven't, they haven't done very much with. Like, I got pretty much all of Gut Gash's area. Pretty much like found all the bodies, all the hood ornaments. I didn't do all of these areas here only because there hasn't been very much, but I do have to do them because there's a couple areas I've actually missed along the way. And so I'm gonna go this way and just kind of gallivant a little bit into the desert, not doing anything bad or anything like And what I'm gonna do, there's one, I needed one trophy for it, which is you being up the balloon. There's other classes too, Archangel classes, but those Archangel classes are nowhere near in reference to anything. They just toss them in there for things, but going back to like being Lord Scrotus and stuff was actually a privilege, because I actually was able to do what was necessary, you know, as far as like behind the scenes stuff goes. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. And I'm gonna blow them up. So, pretty much I went the wrong way. Typical me. And all of Lord Scrotus's area is pretty much wiped out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this person some water, as if, you know, they don't even trust, you know, a fellow stranger, but, you know, just being good onto that aspect of things. So now I'm just gonna go back over here real quick, and I'm really kind of tying up loose ends, but I mean, as far as like the scrap goes, I usually get them from the camps. I don't have to really get them like other scraps. I mean, as far as like the relics go, I'll be collecting those in later on videos. So we're gonna go back and see what else we can do. So I'm driving this way. Of course, graves and stuff like that. Many of those were stupid to follow me, which for a second there I thought there was a car that was coming, you know, one of the leftover hordes was going to come over. But doesn't seem like they're gonna. I don't think they're smart enough to even follow me. So I'm just going to keep going this way. I'm just going to keep driving on through. Just a little bit to see if I need anything else. But I really don't. So you have to admit though, it is funny sometimes when you think about it. Which means I get more for survey crew, which really works out awesome in my favor. Now I'm just going to go through here, through the jaw, or what's left of it, and just mosey on through. Really not too much to do. There's no minefield, so I can care less, you know, at this point, because, well, complete everything. I'm just going to keep on driving. It's going to take a while before I can get to the location, but I just need to get this one little trophy. You just gotta make sure you fill the balloons up with enough fuel, and you'll be done. So the one balloon I have to go to is going to be right over here, coming right up, which, nope.
Here come the bastards.
That's not the one I need to go to. So I'm going to keep on driving, a little bit of ways, just making sure I got everything done. Just going to hang a sharp turn here. I'll crash the Jersey barrier, not Jersey barriers, the metal guardrails on through here. So I pretty much took out all the snipers and stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna go here, over. driving, keep on driving. So now I'm gonna go here. Just off the topic while I'm driving and keep, trying to like entertain people, the viewers. My whole thing is that I actually tried playing Rainbow Six Siege and I realized that I didn't like it, but that's going to be off a different topic for another day. So here we go. This is one of them I need to get to. Let's see if we can go a little bit around and up and over. This is the one that I actually had a problem with. So I'm gonna go in.
I'll keep an eye on Angel.
Grab the fuel can. Put some gas into the balloon. Which I'm all surprised it didn't give you any type of fuel when doing this. Which I felt like they should have. So I'm going to crack this open. Just enough to actually get a bit of a ways up.
Oh, limbs blown off. Oh, praise be to the angel.
Of course, I'm out of fuel, so that's kind of like an epic fail. And I was going to try to hopefully get something out of that. So it's kind of a bit of a problem when you don't have enough gas for the balloon. So I'm going to grab the...
Empty.
Well, maybe I can't. So try to see if we can find some more, but may not be able to because apparently there's not really anything else. I've been looking for more, but doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to find any more. Unless if it's in the bus, then it's one thing, but if it's not, it's probably not going to be in either. So which never is a good thing if you can't find gas cans. So it's almost like you have to find ways to make things work or something. Still nothing. Well, just to show exactly how far I've gotten. Just at this point, it's like I said, it's going to be just collecting, pretty much collecting what I can for the money, the scrap, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So it's just to I forgot what I was about to say now. Shit. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, this will pretty much like sum up for tonight's video. Please check out the final showdown if you haven't. Check out the final showdown of Mad Max if you haven't, full screen. There's really no, I'm not even talking in that. So pretty much just check it out, and eventually I'll be coming up with another video. So, but I will show something really quick
Roadkill party, moving
before I
closer.
go. Oh, wait, we got something here. Parts.
Some big bad armor on these small ones.
You don't have big bad armor. Let me just wipe these guys out for the viewing pleasure. So, there you have it. Oh, anyways, like I was about to show you something really cute and adorable. So, let me go into here. One thing I will do, show that's cute and adorable. Gotta find it. And I'm gonna show a little bit of an adorable paint. There's gold, but my little teddy bear, the pink and blue, and that's pretty much it. So, anyways, this is Michelle saying peace, love, happiness. And catch me in the next video. I should probably be posting another video, I believe, what today's day? Wednesday. So, I'm probably going to be doing another video within probably what,
Sacred carcass! Right there! More scrap for us!
oh yeah, so anyways, I will be hosting another video. Feel free to check it out. And I'm sorry, I'm just kind of like a little spacey, but anyways, check out the next video. It's either going to be Monster Hunter World, or it's going to be something a little bit more fun. Maybe pull out Dark Souls 3, I don't know. Or I might just give another shot at Paladins. But either way, please click the like and subscribe button. And I believe that's pretty much it. And there's Karina. Hi, Karina. Whoops. I went the wrong way. Oh, I love those flames. But anyways, so that's pretty much it. And, I need to find the entrance into here. I have to go... Wait, nope, I see it. Gotta go right there. So I'm gonna go and refuel. And here we are at Pink Eyes territory, and thank you, Karina. So after cursing and swearing of this game, finally was able to beat Skink Gunk and everything else. So anyways, please click the like button, and I will I'll be airing next time. Peace, love, and happiness, and catch you on the clip. Bye for now.